Most of us have had jobs we don't particularly like at some point in our lives. We spend the bulk of our waking hours at work, but only rarely ask ourselves just why we're there. We put up with difficult bosses and don't always get on with our workmates. Often we're bored and frustrated, and yet we remain. The 10 people who've come together for this session will look at some of the issues that trouble them at work. And one of them will try and find some answers to these questions using the process of psychodrama.
Drag somebody up and have them moving into the sky.
I think I just clear the desk.
Do it. Don't tell me.
Shut the typewriter out the window.
Together, let's make a machine that somehow connects together our own feelings about this subject called work. Okay, and you're dragging someone up. Who feels dragged about in their job?
Me.
You do. Right. Okay. All right. So drag you. So it's pulling here and. Right. Lovely. Go. So go. Do it again.
The idea of beginning today's psychodrama session in this way is for everyone in the group to start thinking about the difficulties each of them may have at work and to create the right sort of atmosphere in which they can help each other.
Right. Let's get some height behind here, perhaps. That might look nice, won't it? Okay. Let's turn the machine on then. Ready? Oh, and just keep going until I turn you off. Right? And
The other purpose of this exercise is for Jinnie Jefferies to find out who seems to have the most pressing problem and should therefore be the protagonist or lead player in the session to follow.
Stop.
Today it is Florence.
But there's no outlet for my own self-expression. Yeah, I can't be creative in any way.
Erica.
To be in time and to do as much as I would like to do. To be content with what I do.
Psychodrama moves between reality and fantasy. The protagonist pursues a very personal truth, often difficult to get at. By reenacting past events and emotions, and by experiencing preferable alternatives, she might become more aware and perhaps more able to make the career moves she really wants to make.
I need to look at the lack of opportunity to be myself, to talk with other people about the way I'm feeling.
Florence is 27 and one of 3 children. Her parents came to England from St. Kitts in 1957. She works as a legal secretary.
To be able to have more control over what I do and leave my mark on some of the work I do.
Where might a good place be to begin today?
In the office.
In the office?
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to make the office for us?
Okay.
How many people in this office?
At the moment, there's 4, 5 others.
Right. Okay, so let's have other desks and things?
Yeah.
All right, so use some of the blocks and make some desks. What are all these doing?
Typing.
Typing.
Mm.
Okay. All right. So could we type and could we create the effect of typing? Your worst dream come true. Right.
Something I forgot. We're audio typists.
Oh, what's the difference?
That makes a difference. You can't hear what each other's saying, so it really has to be like concentration, and you have to stop everything if you want to talk. You're going to take your earplugs out and it's really awkward.
So most of this is in silence then, is it?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. God, it sounds miserable.
It
doesn't
is.
It?
It's just awful.
Sound awful?
I really don't know.
God.
Doesn't make us such a one.
Right. Well, let's have it in silence then. Okay, girls, no talking. Put your earpieces in. And off you go.
Hey, look out the window. See that car being clamped?
You say she was making the tea?
The tea? You what?
Who's making the tea?
Somebody make something about tea.
This is the environment in which Florence works and where she feels frustrated. Having established that, the next step for Jinnie Jefferies is to find out just why she stays there.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Did you get caught yesterday in the shower? Whose name's under enlightenment? So,
I don't know.
whose turn is it?
Right. Okay. This is the office. This is where you spend how many days of your life?
5 days a week.
For how many weeks of the year?
Maybe, for me, mainly about 50 weeks, I suppose.
50 weeks. My question is, what are you doing here?
Why am I here? you mean? Why am I doing this sort of work? Because I didn't want. I wanted to be involved in a profession where you didn't use your feelings. I was afraid to get in touch with mine. And I wanted to be where you just looked at the rules, you just followed those, you didn't have to think about it or feel anything to do with what was going on. It was just objective, no subjective work. And so that's why I guess I ended up there. Also, it pays very well. So, and living at home, like all my mother could think about was that now she was on her own, she wanted her children to help her. And we had to sort of, she was so like helpless and childlike. I felt really guilty, and that I owed it to her to be in a job where I could help pay my way at home and.
Okay. What do you feel like doing here in this office just at this moment? If I could give you the time of your life, what do you feel like doing? The boss is the man who employed you, or the lady who employed you, is in her office here. Okay. What do you feel like doing?
Oh, chucking the typewriter out the window for a start.
Okay, well, let's give her let's give her a bigger one than that. Here. Right, I want you to have the time of your life for 5 minutes in this office.
What would I do? I think I just clear the desk.
Do it. Don't tell me.
Chuck the typewriter out the window. Take everything to bits. I'd move everything out. I'd get everybody up. I wouldn't let people stood there.
You've got to work too.
We'd have a party.
Get out of the booth.
I heard you say that there were 2 reasons for you taking this job. One of the reasons was you felt you owed your mother something.
Yeah,
Huh?
that's right.
Almost like you owe her a living. So, where should we go first? Should we go home to Mother?
Well, yeah, we'll go home to Mother.
Yes? Okay. All right. So, imagine you've finished work, you've chucked your typewriter out the window, and you're going to go home, and you're going to tell Mother that that's it.
Okay.
Right, where would we find her?
Oh, in the kitchen.
In the kitchen. So here's Mother across the table.
If I had had your support, I wouldn't have been a legal secretary. I wouldn't be working in a job I hate and detest. I would have done something else.
But I've told you I wouldn't have stood in your way if you'd wanted to go to college so you could get a better job.
But Ma, not standing in my way is completely different to giving me help, giving me support. You know, you've never even, I can't remember you ever even buying me a pencil and paper to write with. So how could I go to college? You know, I mean, all I can remember you saying to me is how difficult life is for you, how expensive we children are to keep, how our father doesn't want us to stay in the house, overstay our welcome, and how we should leave home as soon as possible to lighten the load for you.
You're never interested in me?
Other members of the group now help Florence to express her feelings.
We always had to listen to you. We always had to take care of you.
Is she right?
Yeah, certainly we did.
Take it up for yourself then.
If I hadn't had you to worry about, if we all didn't have you to worry about, if you weren't so busy being the big child, the adult child, then maybe I could have had the life that I wanted. Maybe I wouldn't have had to struggle all by myself and be in this miserable job.
What do you mean, look after me?
I mean, you wanted your children to buy your home for you. You wanted your children to buy you your fur coat, your car, your house. You weren't prepared to do that for us. You weren't prepared to give anything to us. You were prepared to take, but never give.
You could have seen the things that I enjoyed doing. You could have noticed that. You could have seen that there were things that I wanted to do.
If you had believed in me, Mother, perhaps I could have believed in myself.
Exactly. Your belief in me would have made me feel stronger, have more confidence, have some confidence earlier in life.
I might have had greater aspirations rather than just be a typist. Okay? Una wants to double. Lots of people here in this group know how you feel. Is it good that so many people know how you feel?
It's a relief. Yeah.
It's a relief. Good.
If you could have only seen me as a person and actually acknowledged that I exist, then I wouldn't be in this job where I'm not a person, where I'm just a robot.
Yes, I wanted to carry on life the way it was at home. I felt comfortable being ignored. I felt comfortable typing. I felt comfortable staying away from the way I felt. And I lay that at your door. I lay that at your feet. And I think it's your fault. I needed you to be there for me. I didn't want to be there for you. I didn't want the roles reversed.
You failed me, Mother.
You failed me absolutely, completely.
What hurts so much here? Causes you to cry?
I guess maybe it's guilt. It's my need for my mother, and it's the guilt feeling that knowing how hard it was for her, knowing her circumstances, knowing what she missed out on, but still knowing that I need too, or I needed anyway.
Okay. Could we hear Mother's side of it? Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. It feels like you're aware that that's you. This is your side of it, but there's also another side, her side.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
Yeah? So if you were in the shoes of Mother, you're going to be Mother now. Mm-hmm. What would you have to say to Florence if Florence was sitting across there, hearing that tale? Maggie, hold the roll of Florence. Hold the roll of Florence. I needed you to believe in me.
I needed you to believe in me. I needed you to see the things that I really loved and that I really liked to do, and not have you just not even notice it and just want me to be quiet and sensible and do what I was supposed to do and not cause any trouble.
Well,
what's your explanation?
Well, Flo, it was hard for me. It was you also. When you were younger, I felt helpless. I needed help. I wanted my sister, your aunt, to help me and be by my side when you were all being born. But she wasn't there, and I felt that I needed that extra help because my mother wasn't there in my life when I was very young. I treated you in the way that I knew how. Most of the time I didn't feel strong enough to be there in the way you wanted me to.
You didn't have any aspirations for her?
She always gets ideas above her station. Maybe what she's doing is what she's cut out to do in real life and nothing more. Why? I don't know. If she could have done better, she would have taken herself off to college.
So as far as you're concerned, the job she has, Mother, is quite good enough.
That's right.
Really. It's a respectable job, and you're proud of your daughter, are you?
Yeah.
Yes. You don't know what all this fuss is about.
That's right. I don't know.
What's your greatest fear about Florence?
I think I see her as being more like me than my eldest. Maybe that's why we don't get on. Certainly relatives have said that.
Why is that a fear?
Much alike. I guess because I feel badly about myself. I don't want to see the reflection. I don't see a reflection of myself.
So you're aware that Florence feels badly about herself?
Well, she's told me often enough.
Do you hear it?
I don't know. I don't want to do anything about it. I turn my back.
Okay. Right, thank you, Maggie. Turn your back. I don't want to do anything about it.
I don't want to do anything about it. When I look at you, I look at myself. And I don't like myself.
Part of me feels like turning her around. In reality, at home, I would never have done that. I'd have run upstairs or just gone into another room.
Right. So in reality, you run upstairs and you go into another room. Because?
Because she's showing her indifference. Because her back's to me. She's not talking. She's talking to the wall. She's not talking to me.
And that's how it feels like. So you take yourself out of it.
Yeah.
Huh?
I can't force her to turn around.
What do you do when you get upstairs?
Whatever it is, I'm not. Everything's internalized. I'm not in touch. I never
All right.
was.
Well, shall we take you upstairs a moment?
Okay.
Yes. Now, you know, Florence, I have the idea that you've spent your life being a grown-up big girl. True?
That's what it felt like, yeah.
Yeah. Right. I'm going to give you permission here to be the little girl that you feel inside that's possibly raging about this mother whose back's turned. Okay? And one thing that little children do is they sometimes put their feet really hard. Huh?
Yeah, they do.
Right. Tantrum, yes.
Go for it.
Go for it. Permission from the group to have a tantrum. Oh, really hard. Okay, and keep going, don't let it go. And when the words come and the sounds come, let them come.
It's important in psychodrama first to find and then to express the locked-up feelings of anger we might have towards others, but in a way which would not be appropriate in real life.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know your troubles. I don't want to know.
You have to know.
I
You
don't
have to
want
listen.
to know.
Keep going with
You're
them.
my mother.
Don't want to know.
You do.
Don't want to know.
I want you to
don't
know, and
want
you
to
will
know.
know.
I don't want to know.
Yes, you will. I'll make you know.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
You will know.
I don't want to know.
Come on, let it out, let it out.
I don't want to know.
You will know. You will know. I won't eat your food. I won't listen to you when you talk to me. I'll turn my back on you.
I'll show you. Go on, be the
I'll
little
show
girl.
you, Ma. I'll turn my back on you just the way you've turned your back on me.
have that fist. Who are you hitting there?
My mother.
My mother. No. I know in real life that's not possible. Huh? I mean, it's not possible because she's your mother and you don't want to cause physical damage. Okay. But here in psychodrama, we can do some of those things. So, shall we give this rage to Mother?
Okay, yeah.
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Does that feel something you might want to do?
Yes, it's something I want to do.
It is something you want to do. All right. Okay. Could we cover up Elfriede? Bend your back like this, okay? And then make sure there's plenty of cushions around here. So this is Mother. Make the statement.
I'm furious with you because you never listen to me. You've always got your back to me. You don't care about me. You don't show me any feelings. You ignore me all the time.
Keep going, keep going.
You never hold me. You never show any interest by going to places with me. You never really wanted to have me in the bloody first place.
Walk around
And I
with it.
hate you because you're so bloody self-centered. This is because you only care about yourself. Your time for childhood is gone. It was my turn when I was young. Why didn't you let me have that chance?
So she never gave you a childhood? No?
No.
All right. It feels, Florence, you know what kind of childhood you should have had. Yes? What your beginnings need to be in order for you to get beyond the typewriter.
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. Could you show us? Could you be a good parent, the good parent that you should have had?
I think so.
Right. So pick yourself a daughter.
Erica.
Erica.
Hello, Mum.
Hello.
I'm back home.
Oh, yeah. How was school today?
Oh, it's lovely. Look, I've got the new violin piece.
New violin
No.
piece.
Yes.
Hey, let's have a look at it.
Just after.
Okay.
It's a bit difficult, you know.
You
Oh,
like your
Mum.
violin music. You play. Come on. Put your music
Do you
on
want
the
me to
stand.
play?
Yes, I want you to play. I want to listen.
Do you like it?
I like it very much.
God, it's horrible. I can't stand it, actually.
Why?
Oh, Mum, shall I really play that piece?
Yes, you should play that piece. If you like that piece, you should play that piece.
Yeah, I like it, but I can't play it. I think I put it away.
You have no. Listen to me, Florence. If you like that piece, you practice. You practice and you learn to play it better.
Okay,
Okay?
Mum. Okay. I will do it after lunch. Can I see what you cooked? Because I'm
see
very
what I
hungry, you know.
By asking Florence to play the mother she wanted, Jinnie Jefferies encourages Florence to say just what she'd missed out on in her own life.
What else does Florence need?
She needs affection.
Well, could you do that then?
Come on,
show
sit
us.
with me. I want to show you something. My friend has given me a picture of her. Yeah?
You look lovely.
Oh,
you look
thanks,
good.
Mum.
You look just like your mother.
Thanks. Okay, thanks, Mum.
It's a pleasure.
Right, what else does this Florence need? What does she need to be told? She gets fed properly, she gets listened to, she's given affection. What does this Florence need to be told from her mother?
That she's loved and appreciated.
Tell her.
Florence, I love you because you're my daughter. I appreciate you because you're in the world. I couldn't imagine what family life would be without you.
Thanks, Mum. I would like to go to that park, and we could
play together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or I could read the book, and I could read a passage out of that book, you know. And you could tell me if you like it.
All right. Okay. We'll go to the park.
I wash up. You can get ready because
Before you go, I'd like you to tell this little girl, Mother, what dreams you have for her for the future.
I dream that I can help you wherever you need help. I can make you fulfill your ambitions. I can help you fulfill your ambitions, whatever they may be. I don't want to give you them, hand you them on a plate. I want to tell you what sort of life you must lead.
It's nice. Nice of
But
you, Mum.
whatever you want to do, I hope I can lend a helping hand, that I can help you achieve that.
That's nice. Thank you. I need your help because it's very tough at school, and everybody seems to be a bit better than you.
Not with me behind you, they won't be.
Okay, thanks.
Right. So this is what Florence needed.
Yeah. I
This
think
is what you needed.
This is some of what she needed, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The next stage is to actually give Florence the experience of tenderness and warmth she had missed as a child.
Is you can have some of these things for yourself. You can have things here that you don't get to have in real life. But you can experience them for yourself as if they are real, as if you do have them. And I'd like, for a moment, to give you that experience. I'd like you to have from this mother what you wanted and needed in order to blossom and bloom and go to the places you wanted to go.
Okay.
So just experience it and see how it feels. Right, let's have Mother. Now then, Mother. Tell your daughter how important she is to you.
Florence, you're very precious to me. I can't tell you what it felt like to see you on the first day you were born. I felt so happy. Whatever I'd felt when I was waiting for you to arrive and all those things that went through my mind. I love you very much, and I want you to be happy. I want you to have the life that you want, not to please me, but because it's what you deserve. Because you're special, very special. There's nobody else like you in the world.
Just feel the arms you should have had around you, Florence. Feel the warmth and love you needed to start your journey. Take Mother's hands. Could you tell her, look at her. Tell her what you want for yourself.
Well, Ma, I want you to help me get to college. I want to go and
study to be a teacher, and I need you to support me in that. I don't want to feel as though I'm doing this all by myself, and it's one long uphill struggle.
All right. It feels like you're not a 7-year-old Florence. Now you're a grown-up Florence saying this to Mother.
Mm-hmm.
Yes? Yeah. You asked for the support. Okay. That's what you need to get yourself out of this office. That's one side of it. Thank you, Mother. Can we take you away? And there was another side, which was I hide my feelings behind the typewriter.
At this point, the psychodrama moves on to explore the second reason Florence gave for being in a job she doesn't like.
Right, I want you to type yourself a letter. I'm sitting here at this typewriter, typing away, listening to somebody else's voice. Because I don't want to feel... Go on, type your letter.
I don't have to think. I don't have to... I can preoccupy myself so I don't have to feel. The being with my machine stops me from feeling. Somehow I can connect with the machine and not connect with the human part of me. I can work all the time with people, but not amongst people, but not with people. Be with humans, but not take any risks. Not take the risk of being hurt. Not get really close.
Okay. What's the fear of taking the risk of being close and getting hurt? What's going to happen to you if you really let go, if you really let somebody know how you feel? What's the worst thing that can happen?
They'll reject me.
So if I tell people how I feel, if I really let go of my emotions, they might turn away from me. They might turn their back on me. And I will then be left alone.
Yeah, that's it, the fear of being alone.
Apart from Mother, is there anybody else who's hurt you that you haven't told them about?
Well, after being... when my parents got divorced, I met someone through their divorce, and I got involved with someone who, after knowing that I was in such a vulnerable position, very much used me and hurt me again by telling me he was married. So...
You know, Florence, I feel sad as I hear your story at this typewriter. It feels like you're all locked in. And I'm just wondering who you would like to let go with, and in what way you would like to let go. Is it tears that you need to cry? Is it anger you need to express? Is it... What is it? Just close your eyes a moment and just try and find it for me here.
Anger.
Anger. Are you fearful that if you show your anger here, we'll reject you as a group?
Yeah, that fear is always with me. That's right. I think wherever I show my anger, even at work, like there's always, I feel I've got to keep things under control. And anger's a terrible thing. I think anger, whenever I got angry, was the time, that would be the time my mother would turn her back.
I'm wondering whether we could create a corset effect for you to sort of rip out of, in a way. That'd be helpful?
Yeah.
Let's create a human cage. Right, so tell us what this cage is made up of. It's made up of mother, it's made up of father, it's made up of work.
She's not meant to.
Let's see what happens.
Don't go for the weakest one, Florence, please, dear.
Yeah, she just put up with it.
Swing the kicks out.
Just put up with it.
I don't know why you want
Just take what you've got. You're responsible. We are respectful. Normal human beings.
I know. I
Just
don't
have to be happy. We need law and order. You've got legal secretary, best of
Don't come back into it. Right, clear out, you lot. How does it feel?
Better.
Better? Not good enough? Could do with more?
Could do with more.
All right, okay, let's try a different way.
No, Florence, that's right. You have to stay in your place. Good girl. You're above your station. No, Florence. Now, Florence, don't think no ideas above your station.
Words, Florence! Come on, tell him to push off!
No, stay, Florence.
Words, Florence!
Now, Florence.
This is your station. You have to stay
naughty.
down.
Now you'll be a legal secretary for the rest of
You
your
have to be happy with
days.
what you've got.
That's what you're meant to be.
Happy with
That's
what
what
you've
you're
got.
meant to be.
Just have to
No, you're not going anywhere.
Just need to put up with it.
50 weeks a year. 50 weeks a year. You work 50 weeks.
The simple devices of psychodrama are more than just symbolic. By putting Florence into these situations, she finds and gives physical expression to emotions which would otherwise remain locked up inside her, and she begins to feel better.
Come up, right up top. I want you to find your voice. And I want you to give them your anger. Dad, boyfriend, mother.
Okay. Let's go for it.
Try it again.
Mother, I accuse you of loving yourself and no one else. Not me, that's for certain. Dad, you were indifferent. You were selfish. You were inconsiderate. You were unfeeling. You were hard. And you, Chris, lying, treacherous,
Do you need to hit this on something?
underhand.
Do you need to hit this on something? You're hitting yourself. All right, get on. Let her stand here. Let her stand here. Wallop it as you're saying it then. That'll help you.
Lying, treacherous, underhand, deceitful, bastard, a complete and utter shit.
Oh, come on, don't be silly, Florence.
It's hard to argue with not being silly because I was an idiot to have gone with you. That's how I feel.
So you're more angry with yourself?
Yeah.
So do we need Florence here too?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Florence, what on earth were you doing going with that bastard? You've got enough sense. Christ, I let him use me.
It's a parasite.
He's a parasite, a cockroach, a worm, a snake. The scum of the earth.
The bigger the angrier you have to get.
Go on, break it.
kept it in for so long. It's just.
Let's hear that. I've kept it in for so long. It's hard. It's just.
It's hard to believe that I've got so much anger, so much hate, so much fury. At the time, I did blame myself. I thought Florence should have had more sense. I thought she should have opened her eyes.
It feels that this fury has been kept in for so long. It's hard to get to. Yeah. Do you feel you're on the way to getting to it a bit here today?
Yeah.
It's a beginning. Yeah. Well, maybe we can't plummet its complete depths here today. You know, maybe it's too much to ask you to sort of...
In one day, yes.
To go right down to the bottom. But perhaps we've started you off here.
Yeah.
Huh? Let's put you back behind the typewriter with these other girls. Now, this is where we started. Huh? You behind a typewriter in a job that you found unfulfilling, unsatisfying. And together we've looked at what brings you to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah? We've started sort of teasing that out and exploring it a bit. Okay, so your reasons for being here aren't really valid anymore, are they? Do you still need to hide your feelings behind your typewriter?
I no longer want to.
I no longer want to. All right. Let's stand you on your table. What do you have to say to these girls here? Take your headphones off, girls.
Yeah, rip them out. Well, girls, I'm leaving typing. I'm leaving the legal secretarial world. Oh, yes, I can.
You're mad. You're mad. I'm going to miss you.
You're going to miss.
You'll regret it.
Regret it. Why would I regret it?
I'm content where I am.
Good for you. I'm not. So I'm going.
Florence, in that position, you can have anything in the world that you want. Where are you going to take us? Anything in the world that you want.
In terms of being, I want to be fulfilled. I want to feel fulfilled. I want to get out of this rut. I want to take myself off to exercise my mind, to get a job where I feel I'm needed. Not my fingers are needed, but I'm needed.
The importance of family life. You're an expert on this.
In the final scene of the psychodrama, Florence has become the teacher she wants to be.
I can't change your families for you. I can't give you different parents. I believe that each of us has some idea of what we'd like from our parents, how we want our needs to be met. And
What
I
do
know
you need from your parents?
from mine, ears, arms, listening, caring, holding, interest.
Can we give you some arms?
Yeah.
Can we give you some holding?
Yeah.
Can we give you some caring?
Yeah, I could do with all those, yeah.
You could do with them all. Okay. Right. Students, we're going to do something really outrageous in this classroom. We're going to hold the teacher. Just hum.
there was a lot of my childhood that was wrong, very wrong. And I used to feel very, very starved of some things, particularly around the father. And when I was about 19, I got so angry and kicked up so much shit that it changed an awful lot of things. I found that anger has had consequences for me which have often been the opposite maybe of what I expected, and that people have accepted me more for that rather than rejected. So, just want to share that.
Yeah.
Your psychodrama really, really frustrated me because it put me really in touch with the same thing that I do, which is to keep everything inside here, not let any of it escape at all until it becomes so suffocating inside, and that you just end up living my life partly in a sort of a mould which is contained, that you just don't express. And I was so pleased when you're able to get some of it out, and it's something which I very rarely do.
I could share with you the guilt and fear that you had about being angry to your mother, it seemed to me, and that I got a lot of love from my mother, but it seems like selfish love, that even that kind of love was so much, it almost said, how can you possibly be angry with me? And yet it made me realise there was quite a difference between unselfish love, which just would let me or anybody just be totally free and encourage them to be what they want to be.
You might have noticed that the mother role was a little difficult for me to play, even when I was listening to pick up the model that you wanted. I couldn't, unless I'm able to do something about that. I'm not going to be able to have any children of my own. I'd like to believe that just being me is going to be enough for them. But what you've made me realize is how important the child's needs are, and that they don't go away. And if they're not met, they just keep on being there.
Florence's psychodrama was recorded a year ago. Since then, she's given up her job as a legal secretary and is now studying for a degree at London University. She's also moved out of her lonely bedsit and now shares a flat with a fellow student. Her relationship with her mother remains unchanged.